The big snake dude. What's his name?
Oh, that
Puff
that
Adder? Oh, Puff
serpent.
Adder,
Oh,
yeah.
the Serpent Society stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the wave looks crap, to say the least. Like, what else is there? You know?
There's three good figures in there. I mean, Molecule Man's cool, I guess. I mean, it's just that Red Skull mold, but it's okay. It's not great.
I mean, at least we get Caliban mold. At the end of the day, that in general is
With
good
new
for customs. Like you could utilize
with new
that.
hands and feet, yeah.
So what hands
Doesn't
does?
have the
Yeah, it is the.
just fist hands and like regular feet.
That Caliban mold is by far one of the better molds that they've done.
Yeah, 100%.
I just
100%.
I just worry now because they do like this gummy plastic that Caliban mold is like sturdy because I think it was originally from 2016. It could have been 2018 prior to like the downfall of Hasbro. Like the dark ages is like 2020 till probably now, I suppose, and they're starting to get back on their feet with that.
Yeah, I think it was coming out when I started collecting Legends, so 2018, something like that. Had to have been. Which is, it's a good mold. I mean,
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, heaps of people put Venom on. It makes a lot of sense to have like big bulky symbiotes. Like I even thought at one point of taking that upper torso and kind of tapering it and cutting it into like a superior Spider-Man, just like that big roided out form that he has.
Mhm.
Just because I like the proportions of the big traps and the big shoulders, and then you can kind of taper the arms down, and he could look a lot more like menacing, but it probably wouldn't scale too well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd scale nicely. I mean, it's a symbiote, right? It doesn't really matter too much.
It gives you more room for the back tendrils rather than
Mhm.
like the original recipe that we came up with, well, that Craig came up with. So I don't know.
That mold would be really good with an upper torso solo. That would be great.
At this point, I do not understand why they haven't cut like the fucking. Why isn't everything like an upper torso swivel or reverse ab crunch and all like why?
Yeah.
Well, we know why.
Isn't it?
We know why.
No, isn't an ab crunch like harder to like engineer? Like, why wouldn't they just on everything? Like, I get it with the molds they already have, but and everything that's new should be upper torso swivel. No.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the components in what an ab crunch actually what's actually in the ab crunch, you've got several layers of plastic, you've got mechanisms and all these cogs and all that sort of stuff just to get it to crunch over and get those clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it'd be so much cheaper to just have a little ball that you just there you go. Now you can move properly.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't get it. Like if they're gonna do the cost cutting with the plastic and removing and making it all gummy just so they could save money and then whatever else, like some of the choices they've made. What was that recent Future Foundation Spider-Man? Like, dude, they have the black line for where it should have the upper torso swivel. It could have just been done on the superior arc mold, but they didn't do that. They chose the Sunfire. Like, why,
I think
bro?
they don't want to use Ock because he's got the two holes in his back, and they don't want to fill it up. Honestly.
Do people really care about Peg? I mean, the Omega Red mold when they did Venom and they didn't have the, them filled in and they used the tendril, that was stupid. But in terms of the backpack, I don't know. The Sunfire has a hole in his back, doesn't he?
No.
I don't get the big deal about
Bucky Cap has a hole in his back, but
they've
Ock
been
has
using
two.
that. I don't know. To me, that's not a big deal, especially since you can just fill it in. You can fill it in so easy. Unless they've got like a logo, like a Spider-Man logo on the back. But then again, like, don't you want to be able to put it into poses? I don't get it. I don't know. I suppose that's the conversation. Do you like peg holes or not? It's like the peg holes in the bottom of the feet. Toy Biz have been doing that forever.
Yeah, you should just have them. That should just be mandatory.
Well, they used to come with the bases, if you remember.
Mm.
Just plug them in, get them into whatever pose, and that's like a little diorama. You can put that on the wall, but oh well.
They need to do that again.
Yeah.
I like the little bases.
Well, if you look at whatever Hasbro releases, like hate to like just completely gun on Hasbro, just shots fired or whatever. But at the end of the day, dude, have you seen how limited the accessories are starting to become? Like everyone who sees a Spider-Man get released, they're like, dude, it's only got 2 hands or no hands, and it's like Spider-Man with 2 fists. Okay, you haven't even got the
Spider-Man
wall
can
in
have
hands.
an assortment of hands, 100%.
Like the Pizza Spidey was the first iteration. Hell, I've
That
even
thing was
hit
bad.
Hasbro up. I'm like, dude, why haven't you made this yet? I'll take it with the gummy plastic. Just give me a superior Spider-Man, for God's sake. But
with the backpack.
yeah, just go out the backpack. They did. Then again, if it's gonna be as bad as that bloody Iron Spider, I don't know about that.
But the legs are different. It can't just be the same legs. Well, he's got 4.
I mean, do you like the retro mold? I don't.
No.
Do you like Renew Your Vows mold? I don't.
Is it the same? Is it different?
Oh, it's got the toe articulation and slight shoulder readjustment, but basically the same.
Oh, I didn't even know it was different.
Exactly. Anyways. What else is there?
Well, there's that Spider-Man stuff. With Chasm and the 3 Ben Rileys or whatever the fuck.
Actually, when I saw those, right, a lot of people sent me those via inbox, and I couldn't believe Hasbro was actually making those.
Because they're brand new.
Well, even brand new, they didn't do the 3D renders. It was just straight off the bat, they hit it with, here's the physical figures. We've got them in hand. They'll be released soon. But if you look at, dude, if you look, Chasm, like that comic book just finished. Like just, yeah, like it hasn't been out very long, and they've already created Chasm. That means that there's some sort of situation at Hasbro where they now have more of an opportunity to create these figures quicker, because if you remember, it takes about a year and a half for a turnaround, whereas now it looks like they're able to just knock them out within like a period of like 3 months,
unless they're getting getting to see the comics before they come out, or see what's coming out before anything, and they get a head start maybe.
Yeah, comics are a little bit different than movies. Movies, they're restricted. Like if you remember the War Machine and Iron Patriot type design, that got redesigned several times because they could only see the concept art for that.
Yeah.
But that Spider-Man wave, I genuinely liked a lot of those figures. Don't get me wrong, I won't be buying.
Who's the one in the shirt?
What do you mean?
Is that Miles or Ben Riley? Like the little guy?
That's Miles, isn't it? With the
I've never seen that design. So.
Is it the black with the like tracksuits and the?
Hey, he's got like a shirt on. He has like no torso articulation.
A lot of the characters in that wave are mostly Spider-Man orientated. So there was the dude with the suit that looked.
Yeah, and then there's Chasm, Ben Riley, Tarantula.
Yeah.
Elektra as Daredevil, and then Spider-Woman, and then I think that's Miles. Again, I don't know.
Yeah, that is Miles. I think that one of those suits that Miles is wearing is from the PlayStation 4 game, but it's also a modern suit that he wears in the comic book now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Chasm looks good. It's just, what body
Sunfire.
Is that? It's Sunfire.
Mm-hmm.
I have a major issue with the Sunfire mold. I really don't like how it's proportioned. Like, don't get me wrong, back in the day it was great, but nowadays...
The ab crunch doesn't work anymore. It doesn't.
I haven't bought Legends in so long I wouldn't even know. The last Legend I bought was that Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was bad?
Yeah, it was crap. Ghost Rider?
Probably Ghost Rider, yeah. And he's alright, honestly.
Is he gummy?
Mm-hmm. But I like that mold, so...
Don't get me wrong, I like the mold. I think originally it was the Star-Lord mold from the SDCC 5-pack of Guardians of the Galaxy. I could be wrong with that, but that was back in 2017 or 2016. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
And then they retooled it for Ghost Rider.
We need new Guardians.
Yeah, the comic versions.
Yeah, not the movie ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of MCU stuff. They do new molds each and every time for the MCU. Each and every time.
Well, of course.
All that is it's dedicated to the new collectors, right? 2020 hit. Everyone loved the MCU, so they got into the toys. They realized that there was a large increase in sales on MCU, and then boom. Now we have all these crappy MCU figures with bloody unique sculpts and all the budget's being poured into them, and it's like, if you've forgotten, the reason why most of the people collect these things is because of the comic books. That's where it all started with Toy Biz. Most of the collectors that have been faithful are comic book collectors, but there's no game through at all.
No. It seems like Select's getting the picture, though. Like, they're making really comic book accurate shit.
Select went from, like, crap, in my opinion. Great sculpts and stuff like that. But then, all of a sudden, that Hulk mold. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, so what else was there? Ooh, someone just signed up to my Patreon! Why haven't you, Gavin?
Patreon account?
Yeah, that's the downside to it, right? Like, you actually have to create a Patreon.
This is like first world problems, but I hate making accounts for stuff. I hate it.
No, I'm the same.
I hate it.
Can't stand it.
It's so annoying. There's Luke Cage, which looks pretty good.
I like Luke Cage. I want to talk about that, man. Like, I genuinely like the look of it, and a lot of people are like, oh, but it's got no ab crunch or whatever. Dude, if they do the lower ball joint well, like Stone Collectibles, SH Figuarts, even McFarlane, some of their lower ball joints work really well. If they can do that right, that'll be a great figure. And not only that, but it's accurate, dude. Like, that
it looks very accurate.
Great. Yeah, like, it genuinely looks good, and that's rare, man. Like, whenever I look at Hasbro stuff, I'm like, oh, it looks cheap and kiddie, especially when you compare it next to the stuff that, like, we collect, which is more higher end stuff rather than like these cheapy brands. So it's like Doc Ock. That genuinely looks
I
good.
Forgot about that. Oh my god, yeah, that thing looks good. Too bad it's fucking like $80.
They have to, don't they? They have to. They have to be cunty about it. Like, why? Why do you?
Here's this thing you want.
Cunt?
Here it is. $80.
Yeah. Oh, but we'll throw in this character that nobody gives a shit about. It's like, dude.
Yeah, it won't move either. Man's not gonna move for shit.
Basically a fucking statue. Like, Aunt May. Like, dude, at least. You're gonna do a one-off sculpt, like, just do it right the first time. That might be somebody's favorite character, right? And you've gotta made it like a fucking turd. Like, come on. Unbelievable.
It's like they keep doing Spider-Ham dirty. They just keep making him a little statue. Every time. Doesn't move.
I mean, it's got a really good range in its lower ball-jointed waist, like crazy, but it doesn't move in terms of like its legs and its hands.
Yeah,
it's just...
it doesn't work. Good.
Yeah. So Doc Ock, your opinion? Like, what's your legitimate opinion?
I think it's great. I'm upset that it's fucking $80 because I wanted that thing, and I'm probably still gonna get it just so I can take all the shit off. But I am a fan. I'm a fan. And hopefully future animated series stuff looks as good. Because that Venom was atrocious.
I was waiting for you to bring that up.
Atrocious. Never forgiven. Never.
Dude, the face sculpt on his up. So stupid. Oh man, they really fucked up on that one. Oh, they did such a horrendous job. And like the paint applications, like they should have just like kept it clean, right? And just done some sort of airbrush. I don't know, just something different than what they did on that thing.
And the teeth really ruin it too. Like if the head was maybe a little better, or like the teeth were a little better, I'd be like, okay. But it's so bad. At least it has the snake tongue. I'll give it that.
Did it have the butt head?
Yeah. But like, really poorly shaped.
They can't.
Oh, head carnage too. Yeah.
Bro, the teeth they're limited. You know, there's only so much they can do because of kids and stuff like that. So you're not going to see sharp teeth on a lot of these characters, which kind of sucks. But you know, at the end of the day, it can be customized. But even if you try to customize it, the shape's all wrong, like the mouth and everything. Like you look at the 3D print guys, like they've done it very, very accurately. Like you can see it's pretty darn close. And you know, like there was customizers doing it really good on like the movie Venom, or they were doing it on the Hyperion prior to the release. So that's kind of where they got their inspiration from. But it's like, I don't understand how you could get it so wrong. Like it's just really bad. It's by far one of their most inaccurate figures to date, I reckon.
Yeah, it's bad. Like even the proportions are just terrible. Like it's Omega Red, but that's not what. That's just. They made the arms like these really thick arms, and it ruined the whole like layout of the thing. He's got this giant head.
Anyways, that's so bad.
Dog.
Just thinking about it.
Oh god. Actually, no, speaking of animated series, the Kingpin's nice. That one's old, but I like the Kingpin. That one's nice.
The
classic Kingpin.
The one that I did that custom on?
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one. You know, believe it or not, speaking of Kingpin, he's the only Marvel Legends that I actually have out on display. Like
he fits with 7-inch stuff. He's a big boy.
Yeah, like he fits with a lot of the stuff that I've created, which it just works. And not only that, but that Kingpin, even though it doesn't really articulate too much, its overall aesthetics and appearance is just really like appealing to look at, with the white suits, with the black shirts and the purple tie.
Yeah.
I know that was like the original release. I don't know, there's just something about it that just kind of stands out.
Yeah, I agree. I like it too. I do. It's a nice figure. Speaking of fat guys, there's Blob.
Yeah, the Blob. I want to get the Blob, but not to own the Blob, to customize the Blob. But then I'm like,
I think he's okay looking. The heads are nah, in my opinion.
I watched Shortimus Prime's review on it, and he did like a comparison, and I'm starting to think that he's more of a Toy Biz guy these days, you know, because he likes going back and seeing the vintage stuff, which I think a lot of us oldies are starting to really appreciate the older Toy Biz stuff because of its unique sculpt and all that sort of stuff. And I always loved that Blob figure. That Blob figure was great. Like, I loved all the silly cellulite all over its body, all the freckles and paint details, you know, the face, like, I don't know.
All the rolls.
Yeah, like, it just looked like a really detailed, well-done Blob. Now, don't get me wrong, the articulation, ball-jointed hips, all that sort of stuff were outdated, but it moved, and it had hand articulation and stuff. And then you look at the modern one, and it's like they kind of like, it's just a big fat boy, like, and he looks way younger too. Like, Blob is, you know, I imagine he was like 25, 30, maybe even getting into his 40s from what I could see. Not that I've looked at the Marvel Wikipedia or anything like that, but that new Blob looks like a 12-year-old who just ate too much, and it just, I don't know, it's cool, and it's modernized, but you can definitely appreciate the Toy Biz one. You know what I mean? Like, there isn't much of an improvement. Not enough to justify, for me, it's like $125 on purchase.
Jesus.
That's like the price of a Storm Collectibles, man. Like, I ain't doing that, you know? Like, I'll just make my own.
Yeah. He does look like a normal fat dude. Like, the Toy Biz one and Blob, in my eyes, always supposed to look like an unnaturally fat, like, impossible fat kind of, you know, because he's a mutant. He's just, like, stupidly large. And this one just looks like a normal fat dude. That's kind of where I see it, or how I see it. So, yeah, okay. Brand new. Got Android 19, which looks fabulous.
Android 19, that's the green one that came out, right?
Big fat guy.
Oh, the big fat guy. I get
The new one,
confused when
yeah.
it comes to the Androids. I can never remember which
And
one.
it's Android. Yeah.
God, I love that fat one. He looks so cool. Like they like nailed the accuracy.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
It's like perfect. Like how could you couldn't imagine it done any better.
No, you couldn't. You really couldn't. I love that he comes with the Vegeta can pull his fucking hat. Oh, that's great. That was the one thing I wanted.
Yeah.
That was great.
Because that's what he's known for, right? Getting his ass kicked by Vegeta.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the face where he's all terrified and everything. Oh, that's great. It's just great.
How good are those faces though now? Like the you know how I was talking about like how they couldn't seem to get Goku right and Vegeta and they kept buggering it up. Yeah. But now, like look at the faces, like they're so well done.
Yeah. Looks like they're just like right out of the TV show. It's great. Fucking fantastic. And then
especially with the price hike, like their prices are way more expensive now. They were like sitting around the $100 mark Australian. Now they're 200. They're almost double in price, dude. Like it's becoming harder to become a collector.
Yeah, it's much harder. Very much so.
You have to cherry pick. Like you can't
you have to pick and choose. Yeah, you can't have everything. As much as I'd love to have everything, you can't.
There's so many that you look at and you're like, do I need that? Like, and then you're like, because it's so expensive, and then it's a shame. But he's one that I'm definitely getting. Big fat boy, 100%.
Yeah. And then what else did they have?
Is it Dr. Giraud?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
He should be announced soon, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's on pre-order yet, because Android 19's on pre-order. Yeah, he is.
So the rumor is that he's an exclusive.
For what?
The Bandai exclusive, or what it is, like international, like the guys in the US can't just buy it.
Oh, I think Turtles is like that too.
But they are easily accessible, those type of things, for people outside the US, right? Because like for me, I just go on a website and I just press pre-order, and it's
any Japanese website has them, or Asian website.
I think because Australia is so close to, China and Japan, I don't have to worry about any of that. They come to the Aussie sites. They're priced up. Don't get me wrong. They're not great, but yeah, it's there. And if not, right, there's eBay, right? Some of the sellers will put like better prices on eBay than they will on actual Australian websites. Like Turtles, you mentioned, he's cheaper to buy on eBay than he is to buy to this like a store in Australia, or to go on a website, because you have to pay shipping. On eBay, it's always free shipping, especially from Japan or China, because it's like 2 seconds up the road for me.
Yeah, I don't have that luxury.
Well, yours is like the opposite side of the world. Yeah, yours is like 26 hours the opposite direction.
Well, that's close enough. Okay. Well,
did you realize that Omen Goku is starting to get some sort of traction on eBay? There's like a floodgate opened, and for some reason there's like tons of stock, and it's low in price. I've been seeing it for like 160, and that is low considering.
Let me look.
I don't know whether he got a re-release or whatever, but yeah, he's respectable when it comes to the price tag in Australia. 160. It's crazy to think that $160 is a respectable price these days, when they used to be like $55.
Oh yeah. Weird. Oh, this one's for $300.
That's a bit of a joke.
137. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, Omen Goku, like that's a unique sculpt for the top half.
Yeah. Beast Gohan for $46. Damn.
No, that's a pre-order, dude.
Still.
Pre-order, and then you have to pay $100+ on top of that. I think Beast Gohan, the fact that they milked the crap out of that, they knew that it did incredibly well. By the way, it never came to Australia. I didn't even get to see it. So hopefully it's on some sort of streaming service eventually. But Beast Gohan, everybody loved that design because of the white homage to Super Saiyan 5, and they knew that, so they milked the price on it. And then they like did all these extra heads and stuff, and for Gohan on those androids that nobody give a fuck about. It's like, dude, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Honestly, I mean, I'm happy we got it, but I wish we got it a little bit a different way.
How much are you paying though over in Canada for that figure? As a pre-order, like straight up pre-order.
Let me check.
Here in Australia, he's 150 to 180. Dude, all it is the Gohan mold with a different head, right, and ribs. Like how?
The torso is different.
Come
no,
on,
it is
150. Really? That's more than like Majin Buu, Evil Buu. Like, come on.
I wasn't justifying it. I was just telling you. 109.
It's too much.
Yeah. Piccolo's 140. Big one.
Yeah, he's not that much here. Piccolo's only $46 here.
The orange one?
Oh no, the orange one is 200.
Oh yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. The orange one.
Don't get me wrong, I want that, and I'm definitely getting that, but 200? Really? That's like a kick in the dick, man. Like, come on. And everything that they've announced is like $200.
Super Broly, like the big fuck, he's $80.
Yeah, he's cheap now, eh?
Boo is 73. God damn it.
I know, I paid 200 for that second hand.
I did too. 73. God. What else is new? Oh yeah, that's the Trunks.
Yeah, Trunks. Isn't that just a re-release? It's not the same. Is it different?
No, it's all different.
Oh, that's why they justify the $130 price tag. Unbelievable.
Yeah, just dismay. It is a little ridiculous. How much is Turtles on here? 114.
Yeah, I think Turtles is justified, dude. Have you seen that it's got like a rubber soft cape thing? Like it's the storm material?
Oh, it's a soft rubber cape? Oh.
Because if you remember, God, the name's not coming to me. The last character, Frieza's henchman, green dude.
Oh,
Zarbon.
The cape. Zarbon, yeah.
His cape was dick and balls, bro. It was so horrendous. It was just that clip-on shit. Trash. Absolute
Piccolo
trash.
was like that.
Yeah, trash.
It's just a big, like, solid, just brick.
It's worse than soft goods, that is, I reckon.
Yeah, because it doesn't do anything.
It's just a brick. Like it's that. Okay, bendy. Like no thank you.
Then there's the Frieza forms, but those have been.
The Frieza forms look absolutely immaculate. They are jizzy, bro. They are so good.
How much are they? Fuck,
200
each. Keep listening to this side.
200 Australian each, man.
Oh yeah, 140. 140. Yeah, okay.
In all fairness, right, their price tag is somewhat warranted because they're brand new molds, they're big characters, you know, the engineering is probably going to be like immaculate. They look accurate to a T, and again, it comes back to that no other toy company could probably make it as accurate and well done as SH Figuarts. They are absolutely killing the Dragon Ball stuff right now, and I just don't think there's a toy company out there that could even come close at this point.
Mm-hmm. I agree. 100% agree. It's a dream come true. It really is.
Yeah.
It really looks like they jumped right out of the damn cartoon.
Yep.